Hello everyone, on Lady Treasure Inspired on YouTube. I wanted to come and apologize for the few, I've only got a handful of people that are following me. I said I would try to post something every day, and then I had to make a trip to Georgia and get our last moving items and also pick up our 14 dog kennels and all kinds of stuff have happened, and so I haven't been able to post anything live on Facebook. I did some, and that's Lady Treasure Inspired on Facebook, and you can also follow my reels. I did keep them up, but today I want to post here on YouTube. Can't be live yet till I hit 1,000 people, but right now I want to cook a seafood casserole of mine. I just call it seafood casserole chowder, or seafood chowder casserole, whichever way, because it's like making a chowder, except for it's not a soupy thing, it's a casserole thing. So I want to make that, and it's going to be the first time I've made it for my husband, so just the way I'm doing it, first time, so I hope we both like it. And I just want to talk to you, and I let everybody know, whenever you come on and you find me on Dr. Treasure Lee Buskey. I've been a preacher for a long time. I'm 65 now, and I started in my 20s, and really full-time in my 30s. So long time teacher, preacher. I have an online Bible college, and that's my normal everyday, gospel singing, all of that. But also in my everyday is a lot of creative work and some small businesses. So I write children's books, I illustrate, I do some art, I do some crafting, I do some dough art sculpting, and I have a lot of other interests, and I want to use all the rest of my latter years, not a bucket list thing, but a final me thing. Whatever years I got left, I want to inspire people in more than just preaching and teaching. So I'm using my creative gifts, my interest, and things that just make me excited, or therapeutic, crocheting, things I love to do. And I want to inspire you to do the things that stir you up, keep you going, are therapeutic and calming for you. You might find that you'll start a little jewelry business, because I'll be making some handmade jewelry. You might do some dough art and give it for gifts, or you might not do anything I'm doing. You'll just be more encouraged to do what you're doing, and I'll be a new friend that says go for it. So that's what Lady Treasure Inspired is about. It's about me taking what I love to do and trying to inspire you to do the same, whether you open a business or just do it for other creative reasons, gifting and that. Tonight I'm cooking my seafood chowder casserole. So I'm going to start by the base. The base is some there's a fair amount of pre-cooking in this. The base is just some pre-cooked cubed potatoes, okay? So you can see there, I have one tripod and no other cameras or anything, so I will get more equipment later. Just cover the bottom with that, and you can see it there. All right, just cover the bottom with that, and then the next thing you want to do is put whatever seafood you're using. I use some salmon. I didn't really cook it. I kind of nuked it in the microwave to get it from being to defrost it, and then I also got rid of any fat or skin. You never want to bite into a slab of fat in a casserole, so you take the skin off and you kind of break up that salmon in my case, and you want to spread that around. I like, whenever I have a casserole, I don't know about you, but I want every bite to have everything that's in it. I don't want to get a big mouthful of potatoes and cheese and then none of the meat. And see, I see that there's still a little fat in there, and definitely separating that. That's a textural thing. They just don't go together. It's when you're having it as a casserole, right? When you fry it, that skin can be real good. All right, so I'm spreading this again, and this is not already cooked. This is a quick cook casserole, the seafood chowder casserole, because salmon doesn't take a long time to cook. I'm using shrimp and tuna. None of them take a long time to cook. Just making sure I get rid of all the fat. And I need some salmon to be in every corner of this. You can see it there. I left a little bit of skin there. Gonna get rid of that. And there you go. So with my final little corners covered with salmon, I'm going to do the same thing with the shrimp. I didn't make as much, you know, I didn't defrost as much. I didn't have, if I had had 2 bags of frozen shrimp in the freezer, I would have went ahead and done a whole bag because my husband and I like our stuff. But this is not really pre-cooked, but it is parboiled because, you know, shrimp cooks fast. So I just super hot water, cut it up. You see, I left 1 whole shrimp there, and this is bite sizes. You don't want big chunks. You don't want it minced either. So now I'm going to drain off that hot water because this is not going in there to cook forever. So now the shrimp is going to cover as much as I can, even though I didn't really do a whole bag of it. I want to bite a shrimp in every part of this seafood chowder casserole. And I say chowder because I love the white creamy sauce of a seafood chowder, and that's why I included that in my name. So I'm feeling like that is enough. Yeah, I'll fill a bite everywhere with that. And then I'm going to take some lemon pepper tuna because my main seasoning in this casserole is lemon pepper. So I take a fork, hold on. This is fun because I have made other seafood casseroles before, but I've never made it just like this. So this is already, you know, ready. It's tuna, so it's flaky and you just want to get it all over. Make sure you're looking down there and saying, hey, in every bite, we both, it's only for 2 people. And of course this pan will feed 4 hefty servings, 6 people with small servings. So I want to say, I used, just for those people that want to know the ingredients and measurements, I used 2 cutlets of salmon, 1 packet of the tuna, and maybe about 8 medium-sized shrimp, and then 2 large potatoes cubed. And I'm just going to get this everywhere because that's important. That's very important that there is no, not that they won't taste good. Of course, it tastes good, but I want the seafood in every bite. Just like I'm getting ready to make sure when we put the sauce on that it's covering everything. Okay, so I've got it. I'm getting every bit of tuna out of here. If you're really tuna crazy, I mean, you could just go ahead and do 2 packs, but that's not what I want to do tonight. So I've done the 1, and next is just I like golden sweet. You could do fresh frozen corn, but sweet corn is important for the flavor of the chowder kind of thing. I drain it, and I'm just going to make sure that corn covers. 1 can is enough for my particular recipe tonight, but depends on how many people you're feeding if you're going to try my casserole. And that was easy to get the corn everywhere. Gotta clean as I go. I don't like to look at a mess while I'm cooking. So now we come to I like to use this seasoning blend of onions, celery, red peppers, green peppers, and parsley flakes, and not too much, but I want to spread that. Not worrying about this being in every bite. This is just about seasoning, and as long as you get it on there, you know, it'll add to it. Make sure I got it all. I may not have enough. Let me check. Yeah, I think I would like more than that. So let me check my freezer. I try to put all this out. Let me see if I have some more. And I'll be right back while I'm hunting the freezer for the seasoning blend. Banging up my arm over there. So I don't have any more, so I'm going to have to be satisfied with the onions and bell peppers that I have. And You just kind of, you want the flavor of the onions and bell peppers. Now, let's go with our seasoning. So I start with garlic powder, and just get a good amount. I do not tell you pinch and all that. You know, I'm not that kind of a cook. I just know the look of it. When I'm happy with it, a little more onion flavor in there by doing the onion powder. Same thing, just cover it. Then we're going to go with the lemon pepper seasoning, because that's our main. I don't know, I like the way lemon tastes with seafood. And not always. I don't put it with every time I make any kind of seafood. Then we're going to do salt and pepper and parsley. I love the green flakes of parsley. And I think I'm at the end of this one, so I want to try to use it. Whenever you're putting in different ingredients, I don't know if you're like me, but I really like to see my stuff. I like to see the coloring. And of course I'm going to taste it. And I want the flavor there. And parsley is very light tasting, but it does have a flavor. All right, we're done with that. Pepper. Cover it. And then, you know what we're going to pour over top of this? Cheese sauce. Put it in the oven 30 minutes. And that's going to be our seafood chowder casserole. So I like this particular salt. Use any one you like. Pink salt would be good in this. It's just a rock. Yeah, it's a sea salt. And I'm going to crack that over. Don't want to put too much, but it has potatoes and corn in it. And it's going to have a cheese sauce. So, all right. Now, I usually, just me, I don't like what I call fake cheese. And my husband buys it because it's what he likes on his sandwiches. But because I don't want to use up my shredded cheddar, my sharp cheddar, I don't want to use it up. I want to use it, but not use it up. I'm going ahead with these. That's the only reason. That is the only reason. So I'm going to lay these just to make it extra cheesy, because this casserole is a cheesy casserole. So I'm going to lay 6 of them on, and then I'm going to add some shredded sharp cheddar to my scalding milk. And once I pour that over, I'm going to put it in the oven, and it'll be done. And I'll come back another time, and because I'm not at the editing point. I keep telling everybody, learning technology, don't have a bunch of cameras, don't have a crew. I'm just a 65-year-old lady that said I'm going to have this YouTube channel and inspire people. I'm not just a preacher. I have lots of other things I can do to encourage people. Can you see that? See? So it's all ready to go. I've got some hot milk here, and I'll go ahead and put this one in here. I just want to stir it up, and I'll put, and while this is in the oven, I'm going to make us a little side salad. And I've already earlier on Lady Treasure Inspired on my Facebook page, I already made, since I can't record them at the same time, I want to talk to you all separately. I already made my dessert, which was my apple peach cobbler. So I'll just put the cheese in, and I'm going to put it back on the burner and make sure it's cheesy, melted. You know what, this is so hot, I don't have to put it back on. Yep, I'm just going to pour it. Remember, the seasonings are already there, so don't add seasoning to this. It'll make it too salty. I just want to make sure I don't have that imitation cheese stuff. Really, the ideal way to make this is use real cheese. Use real cheese. The flavor is different, but it'll work. Okay, and this is our moisture to cook. The potatoes are already cooked. The seafoods are partially cooked. But this is the way we finish this off. And it's going to be great. So it should show, let's get all that cheese in there. It should show some milk on the edge. I'll get my camera so you can see it. You don't want it to not, then you don't have enough moisture to bake it. You know, I didn't use eggs to put this together because I'm confident that the cheese is going to bind enough. And the butter was in, did I want to make sure I look? Nope, nope, nope. I meant to put the butter in my cheese sauce, so I didn't, so I have to add butter on top now. Okay? Ideally, I just missed that step. Talking to you, I'm enjoying talking to you, but the butter should have been melted in the cheese sauce. But just go ahead, just like you would do a pie or something. Just put the butter on afterwards. It's okay. It'll still melt. It'll still make it buttery. It'll still cook. I want to look forward to showing you this afterwards. I know it's going to be a good dinner. It's just a regular weekday. I love to surprise my husband with dessert because he's a dessert man. So he wants something sweet any day of the week. Don't need to wait for Sundays or anything special occasion for him. He'll take dessert any time. So I made the apple peach cobbler, my first time for that as well. I usually just do apple pie or apple cobbler or peach pie or peach cobbler, but I wanted the two fruits together, and so I did it. All right, I'm gonna pop this in the oven, and I want to say to you, I hope whatever's happening in your life, you're inspired to make your everyday something special for you and your loved ones and your friends, and even a stranger. Pay it forward. Go and make sure you do something to cause someone else to be inspired. I'm going to pop this in the oven, and I will come back later and tell you how it was. Thanks for being with me.